Alright everybody, good morning. How you guys doing? Good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much for watching. I told you guys I would come back and start doing them, so I had a little time this morning. I figured I'd pop in and do a quick one here. Remember tonight we're doing the Claim It, so come on by about 7 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. We'll be on for about 2 hours. List will be open. We'll do the Claim It's though. Come on in, hang out. We'll just flip out a couple cards and read the energy on it and see who wants to claim it and who doesn't. And we'll kind of just go from there. We're going to call it it'll be pretty spicy. I know that much. So, but for now, I'm going to give you guys a nice message out of a deck that I combined together here. It is my Urban Tarot deck with a Moon Magic deck. With a Moon Tarot deck. So, let's give you guys a nice quick little message. Hope you guys are having a good week, good end of your month. That's a little too much, yeah? I almost feel like that needs to be the other way. Like that should have been down here and that should be up there. And then you got a Hermit and the So you have people coming out of Hermit mode because they've done their shadow work now, right? Or they're getting enlightened. Things are starting to become clearer to what they see or what they do. They're starting to understand that the things that they've been going through, with the Nine of Swords to the Seven of Wands to the Moon card. So, and then the Seven of Wands is in reverse, right? So they know that the decision they had to make, so to some people it probably might have been a little, it's not like it's a cruelty thing, but they had to make some decisions they needed to make to understand everything that's going on. That's why you get the Seven of Wands in reverse, because you're getting an understanding when the wand comes out in reverse to the illusions or the things that are coming up now, because you get the Moon card, right? Or the new versions that you're seeing of things, the new way of looking at things, a different light inside of things when you get to the Moon. I mean, because it really says cruelty there for the Nine of Swords to the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is typically, it's about that standing there in your thought and thinking about what you've built and what you've done. That's why he's a gentleman sitting there on the mountain to the Moon. So because you've been doing this work, you're starting to see the different things. You're starting to see the way the universe is starting to go. The world's starting to change in the view that you have now. You're starting to see things in a different light. People are starting to awaken too. More people are starting to awaken as this time is pressing on. So slowly but surely... Oh, that's that one wants to come out too. Yeah, slowly but surely, that's why you get the Page of Swords to the Eight of Pentacles. There's plenty of cards. We'll finish this up. Right, because now that the world is changing, now that the world view is changing, right? Coming out of their Hermit view, people are starting to awaken to everything that's going on. The cruelty that they're broadcasting out there is a false narrative that they're putting out there. They're trying to manipulate the world through their false narrative. That's why it's a Page of Swords, because it's an immature narrative. But people are starting to do the work, and they're starting to look into everything that's really going on now. They understand that you guys are trying to just take away the pleasures of life anymore, and they're almost, yeah, to the Queen of Swords. Look at that. Both those coming up in reverse. That's just crazy inside of itself, right? Because the Queen of Swords in reverse is really literally about what I'm talking about right there. It's about taking away that decision, taking away the indecision, taking the pleasure out of everything and making everything seem like it's horrible and bad. With everything that's going on right now, do we really need more reasons to divide out? That's all I'm going to say. You know, because if you turn this thing to this way, these hermits that are tucked away inside their things doing their little research on their computer are starting to find the light to the actual cruelty that you guys are putting out there. The true visionaries, these guys that are sitting here in reverse, that understand what you're doing and understand the manipulation you're putting out there, aren't going to fall for it. That's why they're making a decision to stay with, to avoid watching what you guys are doing and find out the truth for themselves. Right? But if you guys really look at it, this almost speaks to what I'm going to call it out. This speaks to what they're doing to us, what they're trying to do to us, trying to force people into believing a false narrative. That's why you have the hermit hiding behind a computer, thinking that everything is okay when it's really not. The stuff that they're doing it's pretty outlandish what they're trying to do. And these stupid people that you see online anymore. I'm not even going to get started on that, but I am going to talk about that tonight. Either way, come by tonight and see. First half hour may be a little bit more of a rant. I'm going to pull some cards on some random things that I've seen over the week, just because I have a feeling a lot of you people are just liars, and you're doing it all for clickbait and the honest truth of it. So, but story for another time. Tune in tonight. But either way, list is open. Check out the website. Like I said in my last video, let me know what you want. DM me. We'll see how many people actually listen and follow through all the way to the end. Because if you follow through and go all the way to the end, then you did hear that I would say. I did say something on my last video I just posted. On the last one I just did yesterday.